are back with the little tea time with Tish. What does my yogi say today? Be kind to yourself. I need to remember that for sure. I think we all do. So love that, and let's get started.
I'm excited. We had so many good submissions this week, Tish.
Yay!
The first one is, what's your favorite food and least favorite food?
Oh, guys, this is a hard one. I have a lot of least favorite foods. Like, I'm so picky. It is absolutely ridiculous. But my least favorite, maybe that everybody's going to freak, is like, I hate sushi. Like, I don't get the whole eating raw fish thing. It just blows my mind. Like, I literally despise sushi. So that's probably my number one. And then my favorite thing is probably spaghetti. I love spaghetti. I eat it a lot. So spaghetti and donuts.
One of my favorite moments on the podcast is when Susie was a guest and talking about you ordering off the kids' menu.
Yeah, I do. It's like, you cannot take me to a nice restaurant and not be embarrassed because I'm ordering off the kids' menu. Honestly, I'm the pickiest eater you can ever imagine. It's really not good.
Have you always been like that?
Yes, always. I'm just not a good eater. And I love ice cream sandwiches.
I love it. This one's cute. MT, what is the key to being such a baddie?
Ooh. Am I a baddie?
Yes, you're a baddie.
Am I? You know what? Probably like not trying to be something you're not. Just being authentically you. And I think for me, like, there is just, what you see is what you get. Like, I truly am just authentically me. I think we talked about my accent before. And like, when I first came to LA, like, it was embarrassing being such, so Southern and talking like this, and everybody would be like, where are you from? And like, I literally would try to like do a different accent, or not different, but just make it not so Southern, and I sounded absolutely ridiculous. And so I think when I really just owned it and I am who I am is when I started feeling like more of a baddie. Yeah, I think being authentic to who you truly, truly are.
You are a baddie. Such a baddie. Okay, what are some beauty things that are worth doing versus things that are a waste?
Beauty things that are worth doing. I would say, like, for sure to wash your face before you go to bed every night. That's something, like, even though like I'll be on the couch and so tired and not want to do it, I always wash my face before I go to bed. That, and to be honest, like, I really don't do a lot. Like, I probably get a facial once every 3 years. It's ridiculous. I should do more of that, but I don't. And I think some of the things that a lot of people do, and there's probably going to be a lot of people who disagree, but I think I think eventually we're going to find out lasers are not good for you. I just feel like Ben Talley was on our show once before, and he really has told me, like, less is more. And
that's who you go to for anything.
Yes, that's who I would go to for anything. And I just really just think that the least you can do to your skin probably is the best. Cause I don't know, burning layers off your face doesn't seem like the greatest thing to do, but I just am a less is more girl, and it sounds painful. So I kind of think anything that you do, just keep in mind that less is more, for sure.
I think too, you had talked to us about it when we did another like little fashion beauty segment. You do no foundation, no concealer, correct? Like, even like less is more with makeup too.
Yeah, I think especially on older skin, I think when you're younger, you can get away with experimenting and doing lots of fun eyeshadows and, more foundation, more contour. But as I've gotten older, I do a little bit of foundation. It's not a lot, and it has sunscreen in it. So I really just do foundation, a lip liner, a little bit of lipstick or just lip gloss, and a little bit of eyeshadow. But and again, I only do it on the lid, like on the brow bone. I just do my concealer or a foundation actually, and a little bit of a brow pencil. But I really don't do anything else. And again, I just think when it comes to anything like that, for me, I just less is more.
I love it.
Always.
How do you deal with judgment about smoking?
Oh, you know what? That was tough for a long time. And people like, I didn't feel like I got a lot of judgment. I really don't. Not like from my closest friends or family members, but I definitely got some judgment out there from the public. And it was kind of hard for me. Because again, like being a Christian, that was hard, where it felt like judgmental in that way. And, you know, but again, I just had to like be true to who I am and, you know, take the good with the bad. That's, you know, you can't please everyone. But it definitely was hard, the judgment. Like it would, you know, get to me sometimes. But I just had to, you know, really think about what I wanted and what was good for me. And at the time, I felt like smoking was good for me, and it, you know, made me happy and really creative. And it was true to who I was at that time. So, yeah. Just
amazing.
Being true to who you are.
Which goes back to being a baddie.
Yeah, which goes back to being a baddie.
Okay, this one is, I mean, a big question, but they just said dating advice. That was it.
Oh, wow. Dating advice. That's a big, huge, loaded question.
Yeah, right.
Let me think about that. Dating advice. I know the best dating advice, and it comes from Dr. Amen. And he always says that, like, when you're dating, the most important thing you can do is like really be listening, really be watching, really just at that time, like it truly is like, as much as it's like, I don't want to say you're like testing it, but you're kind of testing the waters and kind of like really like listening to what they're saying. And does that align with you? And watching their actions, you know, and does that align with you? Like you really are really watching and listening and really trying to understand who that person is. And because the first 4 months is like being on cocaine, is what he told me. Is like the first 4 months you are just in la la land, and you've got to like really understand that. And because, you know, 4 months is kind of a long time. And, you know, so in those 4 months, really just knowing that you're kind of in that mindset, but also knowing that these are the exact times when you really find out who someone is. And so really just keep your eyes open and be listening, and really in this first 4 months, finding out who that person really is. And if it aligns with you and with your values. And it's just really the most important time is the first 4 months of dating someone.
I love that. This kind of goes into this question. Do you think 24/25 is too young to get married?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I'm old school, and I got married. I forget how old I was. I was like maybe 25 when I got married for the first time, and I was married for almost 30 years. So I think it just depends on the person, honestly. I think sometimes that when you know, and it can work out. I do think that at 24, 25, like you probably aren't the person you're going to be at 30, 35, 40. Like I changed so much by the time I was 35 from the time that I got married. And so I do think that in those, you know, when you're younger like that, you either grow together or you grow apart. And I think if one person grows and the other doesn't, that's a real problem. But I also am a hopeless romantic and believe that, if you love each other and you grow together, that you can absolutely make it work.
I love that. Okay, let's end it on this. How are you so gorgeous?
Oh my gosh. I have these glasses on that covers up the eye bags. I again, thank you for that. That's so sweet. I think that I just have not got caught up in all the things that people are doing to their faces these days. Like I said, I don't do lasers. I don't do anything like that. I do Botox. I do a little Botox. But I haven't gotten into fillers and really any of those, extreme things that people are doing. And so to me, a lot of times the people that I see that are doing those things, especially at my age, I think it makes them look so much older. And so I've really just kind of decided to age gracefully. And like I said, I'm always going to do a little maintenance, a little bit of Botox. But besides that, I really haven't done anything else. And I'm going to keep it that way for now. But I also don't have a problem with people that do those things, because I think there's some people that do it that actually do it right. To me, it's just too scary to do those things, because if it goes wrong, that would be bad. And if it goes right and you look great, that's amazing. But for me, it's just too risky.
I also feel like with you too, it's like you have a very light energy and spirit. Like you keep a lot of love around you, with your kids, with Dom, with the dogs, and that adds to the usefulness too.
Maybe. I think maybe that does have a lot to do with it. Is I'm pretty laid back and chill, and I always have my family around and my pups and Dom, and just trying to keep things light and easy and, no drama, which is not always easy when you're in the public eye. But I do think trying to just be more relaxed and laid back definitely helps.
Amazing. Thank you, Tizzle.
You're welcome.
What a fun tea time.
This was a good tea time. I love these questions.
You guys can DM us.
Yes, DM us. Please keep the questions coming, because I love them all. They're so good.
And until next time.
Until next time.
What's our tea bag say? Be kind to yourself.
Yep. Until next time, be kind to yourself.
And subscribe on YouTube.
And subscribe on YouTube. Love y'all.